What's good, gang? What happens on Earth stays on Earth. As always, I'm your host, B. Let me just zoom that in. Actually, it's perfect. Not too zoomed in. Got my hair back, so we're not going to clip this to any of the locks today. Actually, no. Started doing that. I feel like every time I hit the table, there's going to be interference with the mic. So I'm going to clip you onto like my little table phone stand. Let's see if this, just so there's less interference. Hopefully you guys can pick everything up, man. I was going through my camera roll to give you guys a September recap, and then I realized that I didn't record a September recap, so yikes. Let's just do that right now. There's pieces that I finished in October. I'm not gonna roll that into September's work, Let's just keep everything where it's properly placed. And the reason why I like giving you guys these monthly recaps is because there's so many different projects that I might be working on in a span of a month or the span of a week. And sometimes it's just nice to see the progress at the end and where I was slacking or where I could be putting more energy towards, because for being honest, like my brain just be like every artist's mind, you feel me? I see something, I react to it. I go down this little path, see something, react to it, go down that little path. But it's like all of these things are connected to each other. This is like headquarters. But right now, it's like I'm trying to get them to veer in. And like the other end of the spectrum kind of represents like completion, or a way where it's like the intersection of all of them, pretty much. It's for all my visual learners out there. So yeah. So that's 9 pieces. Not that we're counting. And then the other 2 pieces I just finished in October. So like I said, that's a piece behind me of a Phoenix Cube. I think part of the reason why I forgot to give you guys a recap for the end of September was because I hit 100 Public Enemy pieces, and I've been trying to get to 104 a minute, Chad, if you can see this shit, I know we all be celebrating right now. And it's crazy because I remember, like I said, when I was just stuck over conceptualizing the whole series, the compilation, and I'm like, I got into this whole probability thing, like the game of numbers, and I was like, what if I do this? What if I go in this direction? And it's like, I wasn't really making any movement, I was working on other projects that didn't really feel connected, and pretty much Chad just gave me the same advice that I had gave him about like some of his studio practice. He just like threw it right back at me. Like, he's like, well, you're not gonna know until you do it, until you go in there and make the mistakes. And it's knowledge that I had on hand, but I just wasn't willing to exercise. And yeah, so I'm not big on like I don't know, like setting the little marks like, yo, this is the 125th, the 100 but the 100 felt like it meant something to me just because I was getting close to it. And I'm like, yo, we actually getting real close. Like, it's like I wish you could see these 100, I wish I wasn't stuck in my head for those months, but that's life. Let's see, we also finished some readings too. We finished Nomenclature by Dion Brand. We started Wretched of the Earth. We also started Freedom Dreams. I know it sounds like a lot, but sometimes because I'm doing like the audio books over like different instrumentals, it's almost like I might be reading 2-3 chapters of something, and a lot of times I like reread those 2-3 chapters because I don't think nothing really sticks the first time, if I'm being honest. So sometimes an audio book is 10 hours, and it's like every 10-hour audio book is really 20 hours minimum, because it's like I gotta read it back twice, once at least. We're still reading Black Looks. We just got to chapter 4. That book, I feel like it's going to take me a lot longer than the others, just because there's so many. It's so heavy in like source material. So like everybody she cites, I'm trying to like look up. Maybe she has an excerpt from like an essay, so I try to find the whole essay. So it's like kind of sending me down all these different rabbit holes. And I'm not gonna say I'm not enjoying it, because I am. Some days I feel like, whoa, like she just cited a lot. So, but the book isn't like it isn't so dense where you feel like you can't understand what she's saying. So, I definitely recommend Black Looks. Um, what was I into? So I did the roll call. Books I read. Oh, I got to string along some of these different thoughts that I have, put them in a small statement. And for a long time, I was just letting them live in my sketchbook. But sometimes I feel like maybe another artist needs to hear it. Maybe another human needs to hear it. I don't know. Not everything on this is for just artists, you know. Who navigates the barriers of society towards exceeding the potential of humanity? And for a second, I'm like, it is I, you know? Sometimes I read a statement, a question, and I feel like I just answer it. Like I literally raise my hand and I'm like, why are you raising your hand? You're in a room by yourself. But when I read that, it says, who navigates the social barriers of the world to exceed the potential of humanity? Yeah, I just raised my hand. I just raised my hand, as simple as that. Then I was able to string along the rest of these thoughts. I'm not interested in replicating versions of myself or the work that has been accepted widely by others. My work changes as I change. New flows are created by new experiences. I'm here to give it all to God and to build a house with what's left, and to fill that with compositions that invoke a sense of camaraderie, refusal, honor, respectability. Anything else is uncivilized. What happens on earth stays on earth. That's what it feels like. It feels like this pocket of Public Enemy literally has 1,000 different statements. You know, it changes on a day to day. Not to say that it forgets its identity, but there's more information that comes in, and it's like it can't stay the same. And I'm not against replicating certain ideas. I'm not against replicating a mode of working, but I do feel like a lot of days I'm in here, there's one part of the process that I'm pushing, and I don't know what that part of the process is every single day, you know? Sometimes it could be technical. Sometimes a lot of times it's conceptual. Working right now, it's like the materials, they don't have to keep changing because I'm pushing something else, you know? So, you know, is it flattering when people say, oh, I liked these and these types of paintings? Yeah. But I can't live in that. You ever try to live in a compliment? Can't do that. That's why I can't live in the criticism either, man. You gotta be above both. And that's not easy to do because we're all human. We all have needs, but a lot of times I feel like that's like if I came back from an alternate universe with a story and you guys like, I don't like this story. You don't have to like the story. What's important is that I went into that alternate universe, I came back, and I recorded all of these happenings, and I brought it here for you. Now, if you don't like the sequencing, if you don't like the presentation, if you don't like the materials of the story itself, that's not on me anymore. And I'm not gonna go in there and change any of those truths to make you feel more comfortable. That's just not what it's about. That's just not what it's about. So, At the top of each chapter, I write something. Chapter 7 was the one that we finished in September. And in the beginning, it said, honor this fleeting grace. And looking back over the chapter right now, I think I honored that fleeting grace. So, 20 pieces. I could read them all to you. Divine Chat Family, Sunday Service, The Final Call, The Black Musketeer, Aura, Lake Hopticon, Men of Honor, All Nations, Free Food Program, Survival Conference, Soldier Came Home, Headshots for the Local 6, Harlem Hospital giving beds out. Shout out to Loaded Lux. Still Dealing It, Ossuary 1, Ossuary 2, Storefront Churches, Headshots for the Locals, Headshots for the Locals 3, Headshots for the Locals 4, and I Have Become Life. So yeah, I think we did honor that fleeting grace. Now we're on to chapter 8 of Public Enemy. And the quote that I put at the top is from James Baldwin. It says, talent is insignificant. I know a lot of talented ruins. I think it's just a reminder that, like, even when I hit a milestone that I've set, there's still a lot more work to be done. Told you, like, I don't set a lot of milestones. A lot of times I finish a piece and I like to put it away. I may look at it for a little while, but a lot of times it's because I have other things that are going on and it's like, I need that space, you know? So, but yeah, I think that was a good one. Talent is insignificant. I know a lot of talented people. People think I'm talented, and then there's moments where I can realize where I'm not operating off of work. If you're not operating off of work, what are you operating off of? You know? I want to share something with you guys. It's one of the Headshots for the Locals pieces. I'll actually show you two of them. Always saving paper, always reprinting everything. Before I show you guys two of the pieces from the Headshots for the Local series, I just wanted to read a brief statement about it. That's what I'm saying. Like, Public Enemy has like statements within statements, just like Inception. A dream inside of a dream inside of a dream. Let's go. Headshots for the Locals. Lessons, layers, and prayers. Stop scratching the surface. Headshots for the Locals is the second single from Isaiah Rashad's sophomore studio album, The House is Burning. Throughout the song, Rashad explores themes of death, alcohol abuse, and addiction. The first verse leads us off with, who wanna shot, who wanna die, let me know I got two on a hip and a not no diggity. Say you smooth as R&B song. I'm not gonna rap it, but it's so easy to transport myself back to a song when I hear lyrics. Isaiah Rashad wastes no time jumping into death, abuse, and the violence that one can bring upon themselves as well as others. And the violence of the consumption of alcohol will not ease the pain of your fallen brothers and sisters. Towards the end of the first verse, he affirms this by saying, and the shots ain't bringing my soldier back. So when we gather all the themes, the double meanings, and the life experience Rashad carefully layers in Headshots for the Locals, we see that this song is about not drinking too much, not killing yourself, not slipping and getting fucked up. But more importantly, who wants to live? Where your scars were honored, they are proof that you have battled overwhelming grief and won. These are Headshots for the Locals. Yeah, so with this whole theme in mind, Headshots for the Locals, I literally started thinking about like actual just shots capturing people, members of your community. And that's what I mean when I say like Public Enemy isn't connected by, it's not about fame, stardom, who's accomplished something, left a crazy legacy behind. It's more connected by our experiences and our conditions. And just referencing even some of the street photography. So this is a photo from New York. The first thing I'm thinking about is like, who want to live? You know, send that energy through the camera. You can see it is contagious. It's contagious. This Headshots for the Locals 3. This photo was taken in Newark. So you gotta praise the people who are doing this work, documenting this stuff on a day-to-day. I can't say that enough, man. There's people really in the trenches right now, photographing stuff, working on stuff, and it's the highest praise I could give them. Yeah. There's other photos in the series for Headshots for the Locals where it's not even portraits of people. It's portraits of chairs, kind of centered in like they're all put in a circle like an AA meeting just ended, you know, talking about that theme of alcohol abuse, overconsumption. And you know, at that point it's not about documenting the specific people because everybody's in their own battle. But like I said, that sense of camaraderie, that sense of refusal, not wanting to die. So that brings me all the way back to the writing that I got here in my sketchbook, where I be saying, like, sometimes I have a thought or I get a sentence and weeks go by and I might get another sentence. And it's just my job to string them along and to start sharing them more often. I think I was reflecting on my practice, honestly. And sometimes you get those compliments from people like, oh my gosh, I love this and this painting. And it's like, word, it's like, I like when you're doing stuff like this. And I appreciate that because it's all praise, you know? But I also can't live in those compliments, you know? I'm glad that you liked a part of like my experimentation. But there's other ways that we need to be seen, you know? We're not only seen in one way, you know, we're not one-dimensional, so I'd be a fool to document us as one-dimensional. So sometimes, I guess this is like the perfect statement, like, to retort that. I'm not interested in replicating the versions of myself or the work that has been accepted widely by others. My work changes as I change. New flows are created by new experiences. I have to give it all to God and build a house with what's left, and to fill it with compositions that invoke a sense of camaraderie, refusal, honor, and respectability. Anything else is uncivilized. Anything else is uncivilized. And I mean that. What happens on earth stays on earth. Thank you for taking time to hear about the process. I still got a bunch of drawings to finish today, man, so I gotta get back on the clock, man. I gotta get back on the clock or the light's gonna go out. Till next time.